I did this on purpose. It's the Lady Rain Show with Steph and Lauren, and with us in studio is our favorite straight male friend, Marcus Osborne, and we're going to talk about cuddling. So I picked a really sappy song called Arms.
I know the song well.
Yes, and the look on your face, that was actually the reaction I was hoping for.
Is that the cuddling song?
Yeah.
When it's time to cuddle, you play it?
It's the cuddling song for girls, for sure.
Clearly, it's for someone who is lacking in testosterone.
So do you equate cuddling with a lack of testosterone?
No, I equate listening to that song to a lack of testosterone. Cuddling is great, man. Who doesn't love it? I mean, listen, a lot of dudes, when you talk about it, it's kind of not cool. It's not manly to say, but listen, I like cuddling, especially after the deed is done. Cuddling is good.
Well, this
helps me sleep.
The cuddling helps you sleep, or the deed?
Well, the deed plus the cuddling.
Plus the cuddling.
Yeah.
Well, the whole question, and you are representing the entire male gender here.
That's the story of my life.
Okay, because you are our straight male friend.
That's right. .com, by the way.
.com. Do men use cuddling to get sex, and women use sex to get cuddling? This is the question at hand.
That's a very simplistic way to say it, but the simple answer is probably yeah. I mean,
but if you're cuddling after the deed, then you're saying, you know what, that deed, I liked it, so I'm going to cuddle now to get more sex later.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Or if you're someone who's really shallow, it could just be, I'm tired and this is just more comfortable than sleeping by myself. So, you remember that scene in Bridesmaids where John Hamm's I dudes feel that way. I'd like you to leave. I just don't know how to tell you.
Ooh, how can I be tactful and not a
But
dick?
you don't want to be rude, right?
Scene.
So everybody likes to cuddle a little bit, and you make everything seem great. But there's no way you're calling her again.
Oh, God, I'm so glad that I don't have to face that fact ever again. Hopefully I stay married forever.
It's a risk that everybody takes.
I just think that if you don't like cuddling, you're probably not going to get into a lot of long-term relationships.
Yep.
Because cuddling is something, it's affection. It's saying I love you. It's meaningful. I think the question is, you started to say guys aren't actually willing to admit that they like to cuddle. Is that really true?
I don't think it's something listen, you and your girlfriends will sit around and oh my God, he's the greatest cuddler. But dudes are not going, you know what, dude? I am a phenomenal cuddler. I cuddle better than any other man on the planet.
We just
guys just wouldn't say that because that sounds just so not manly.
Exactly.
Did we not just talk to Jamie Kennedy, who essentially said that very thing?
Mm-hmm.
What?
He was a killer cuddler. Those are not, I paraphrase.
Yeah.
But he
said he's a great cuddler.
Oh, see, we'll admit it to women because women like to hear that stuff about guys.
Oh.
But I'm not gonna go and tell my best friend Mike, dude. You know what? After we did it, I cuddled the hell.
I cuddled her so hard.
Oh boy, it was amazing.
I cuddled her.
It was a transformative experience, that cuddling.
That would be pretty funny to think about the guys things say about sex.
Yeah.
And just insert cuddle. I cuddled her from the front. I cuddled her from the back.
I cuddled her so hard.
I cuddled that behind.
Did I cuddle her? Ooh. Like no man has cuddled before.
I put the cuddle down. I laid some cuddle on her.
You're going to think about us next time you're cuddling.
I actually, that's very bad that I would actually be thinking that.
Yeah,
but
don't
in my
think
mind,
about us.
it may make the experience greater.
It might. You might start cuddling and giggling simultaneously. I cuddled her till I giggled. That cuddle was so good.
That would start a whole different conversation with.
Right. Why are you laughing at me?
Yeah.
What are you laughing? Was that funny to you? Am I a clown?
And that's it. That's exactly how they start with women.
What do you mean? The questions?
Exactly.
The accusatory questions?
Why are you laughing?
Exactly.
Why are you laughing?
And then there's no way to escape it.
Yeah.
Because whatever answer you give, she's probably not going to believe you.
Because if you go, I'm actually laughing right now because I was with my two girlfriends, Steph and Lauren, and they were talking about cuddling so hard.
By the way, that generally goes over well right after sex. It's talking about the other two women you were fantasizing about.
You lose. It's not, there's no good outcome to that.
Amen.
Now, what do you think about, you're a father.
Yes, two beautiful girls.
Beautiful girls. Did you become more of a cuddler after you had kids? Would you say there's any relationship between the cuddling and the kids?
There is no doubt that kids bring the estrogen out of me and any guy, especially having two girls. And, a lot of us feel like it's a weird thing to have girls, especially when you've been a guy who's like, been around a little bit. And you're like, this is God's curse. This is how he gets back at me. So, but on the other hand, I get to tell her all this stuff that I know.
Right.
Right. So it work. I think girls do nothing but calm you out, mellow you out, and make you such a big softie.
Mm-hmm.
Such a softie.
There's nothing better, really, than when your child is in your arms, cuddling on you.
Yeah.
Because they expect nothing from you other than just that cuddle back.
Right.
That sounds so dorky. But it really, I mean, it
But it's
does.
true.
I think it tames, it certainly mellows me out.
Listen, I mean, before I had my daughters, I actually had a hard time saying I love you. So it was I could say it was a transformative experience having kids. Yeah.
Hugging. I don't have the article to quote here, but apparently is scientifically proven to increase happiness. Like that brings out there's some chemical interaction that takes place in your body when you hug and touch someone's skin.
I love a good hug. I love to give a good hug.
Right.
I love to be hugged hard. I like to be cuddled hard and hugged hard. And it makes me feel better. Like it's sort of invigorating. Don't you think?
Totally. But this is why I'm trying to understand why guys are like, I don't want to admit to the cuddling.
Well, I mean,
I'm
it's
too manly for
just
cuddling.
a socialization type. I mean, it's what we just can't cop to it. It doesn't mean that we don't like it. It doesn't mean we don't enjoy it. It's just you can't go out and admit to it. That's all.
Can you imagine if you overheard
To
two
other
guys
guys.
at a coffee shop saying, "Oh my God, we had the best sex," and then I swear I just cuddled on her? You would crack up. You'd be like, "Oh my God!" You'd be texting me going,
That's what's funny.
Dude,
See,
I'm hearing these two guys right now talking about cuddling."
Right.
That is
women-
what's funny
right.
because it sounds great, but then if women randomly hear some dudes talking about cuddling, she's like, "Oh my God, he's such
What a
wuss."
wimp. Yeah.
Right? That's why you don't talk about it.
But so going back to the original question, men using cuddling to get sex and women using sex to get cuddling. So the guys, he reaches over in the night,
Right.
and a little touch, a
Right.
little like entree with the
Right.
cuddling.
Right.
I mean, do you think it kind of works in that order that the guys start with the cuddling and the women want to end with the cuddling? Do you think that's true?
Sure.
I
yeah.
don't know if I call the reaching over cuddling. I call that like we're getting down to some foreplay right now. Like that's the precursor
Cuddling
to the
can be a part of foreplay, though. It can be a part of it.
I prefer the cuddling after.
Let's define cuddling.
Laying in
mean,
your mate's
yeah.
arms after, or see, like I just said,
But does
after.
Does it have to be
it doesn't
laying?
have to be.
Little
Can you
stand
be
up
sitting
neck
on
nuzzle.
the
You could be
couch?
cuddling on the
Could you
couch.
be
Yeah.
standing up? Could you be sitting at a park bench? You could be on the train, standing with one another. To me, that type of stuff that can all be part of foreplay. If you are, let's say you have a full day range, right? You and your husbands, and you're going to a game. It's just you guys, date night or whatever. And you get up in the morning, you smooch or whatever, you have your breakfast, you get on the train, and you're taking the train over to San Francisco or to the East Bay, and you're nuzzled up with one another.
That's
and you're
a
thinking
cuddle.
about how great the day is going to be, and you go to your event or whatever, and you have fun, and then you're coming back home, and you're on the train, and you're nuzzling and cuddling again, and then by the time you get into the house, you're pretty much ready to go.
You're ready to go.
That's some foreplay.
That's
One
that
long
is
day
a
of
good
foreplay.
point.
Yeah. You know what? Cuddling on the couch, that to me is the best cuddle of all, though. Because I don't know about you guys, but there's a lot of laundry in my life. And so my husband and I often we have couches in an L shape. And one of us will often be sitting with the TV on,
Right.
one on one couch, one on the other couch, each with a basket of laundry in front of us, folding away. And it is totally getting in the way of my cuddle time with him.
Maybe you should make it a point to just whiz through the folding and then get into a cuddle position.
Right, move on over.
Or
Then the cat's there.
ditch the folding and go right to
Just
the cuddling.
go straight to the cuddle. The folding can wait.
I think it can.
Folding can wait.
You
That's a
cuddle
good
when you can.
point. You cuddle when you can.
Cuddle when you can.
Right, the two of us in a room together, no kids.
Right.
Cuddle.
Cuddle.
Right.
Cuddle hard.
Cuddle forcefully.
Oh my.
Cuddle while you can. I feel like there's a song in there.
I'm going to write it
Can
down
you
so we
cuddle?
don't